We have all met that person who has an answer for everything. They rarely ask questions, they almost never admit they are wrong, and they speak with absolute conviction, regardless of what the facts actually say. In social situations, we almost instinctively defer to this unwavering certainty. We assume that if someone sounds that sure of themselves, they must know what they are talking about. Psychology reveals a cognitive trap at work here. Human beings routinely equate loud, unwavering confidence with actual competence and high intelligence. This creates a paradox. That sense of certainty often acts as a barrier to growth, creating a cycle that can be traced through the brain's internal processing. To understand how this trap functions, we need to look at the step-by-step life cycle of how a brain that prioritizes certainty over accuracy handles information. The loudest voice in the room is often the most intellectually trapped. Let's look at how that trap is built. The life cycle begins with the exposure phase. This is triggered the exact moment an individual encounters a new, complex topic for the first time. This chart models the Dunning-Kruger effect. Without experience to see a topic's complexity, a person's confidence shoots upward, while competence stays near zero. This huge vertical gap is the core problem, as their self-assessment climbs far beyond actual capability. This moves them into the internal processing phase. This is the stage where the brain's internal self-reflection filter is supposed to check for errors. Instead of pausing to ask if they might be wrong, they immediately trust their very first conclusion. This failure to self-reflection is the critical turning point. It allows a brief misunderstanding to solidify into a permanent, flawed belief. That brings us to the defense phase. This is where the newly cemented belief faces its first encounter with opposing real-world facts. To protect this belief, the brain deploys a defense mechanism known as confirmation bias. This diagram illustrates how the bias operates as a filter. It deflects data that challenges the initial conclusion, while selectively allowing matching evidence through. The central node swells as it absorbs these matching points, showing how confidence builds when ignoring what doesn't fit. Once this barrier is established, true learning abruptly stops. They no longer gather knowledge, they simply reinforce existing conclusions. The subject is now living inside a self-constructed intellectual prison, fully convinced they are free. To break this cycle, we have to look at how a genuinely intelligent mind operates when facing the same unknown information. They rely on a specific psychological approach to keep the fortress of certainty from building: active curiosity. True intelligence treats learning as a continuous, incomplete evolution. It is not a race to reach a final, unshakable conclusion. As this comparison shows, highly intelligent people build an open web of ideas rather than a rigid block. They are comfortable admitting when they don't know something and will dismantle their own opinions when new evidence requires it. This shift requires us to rethink how we judge competence, both in ourselves and in the people we listen to. Genuine intellectual depth is found in the ability to keep asking questions long after others have settled on an answer.